Welcome back to another episode of the Pokedex Binder Series, a series where I'm collecting one of every Pokemon in the Pokedex. And today I've got a dozen or so additions to the binder, all orders from Whatnot, including something that I actually won on an auction as a buyer's giveaway. On Whatnot, you can buy cards, singular cards, and then the sellers will typically go ahead and do a giveaway to the people that have bought, say, in the last 10 minutes. You know, sometimes the sort of numbers will be flexible, but this is the card that I won, and you may already be able to tell what it is from the thumbnail. It is the MEWTWO from Pokemon Go. I was absolutely buzzing when I won this. The texture is really cool in this, and its raw value is not too bad, but it actually sells quite well as well at a 10. So maybe, who knows, maybe this will be the first card that I grade, but that is the first new edition. You'll have to excuse the blister that popped on my hand a little while ago. Very sore at the time. Next up we have, it is the Houndoom, and this in the English version is from Shrouded Fable, but I've got it in the Japanese. This actually sells really well in the English version as well, but in the Japanese you can get it quite cheap. I managed to get this only for something around about, say, £5. Really happy with the pickup as well. I think it usually goes for a bit higher than that, but this is a really sought after card, and this is probably a final card as well for Houndoom. Next up we have the Dusclops, and this is equally from Shrouded Fable. This is part of a 3-part series. I do already have the Dusknoir, but I don't have the Duskull version yet. So this is the Japanese version, which will go into the binder nicely to upgrade Dusclops. Next up we have, it is the Pinsir, and this is a really sought after card as well, especially again in English. Most of the sort of new ones for me are in Japanese. They tend to be a lot cheaper. If you want to grab singles in Japanese and you prefer them in that version, a lot of people do, you can pick them up a lot cheaper. Moving on, the next one is Hoot, and this one should be in Japanese in my opinion. The aesthetic of the card, the overall sort of vibe to it, it should be in Japanese. What a cool card. After that, we are looking at Mr. Mime as well. This one's really cool. Just again, I love, you'll always be able to tell what style I like, because it's the full art version. It's just a landscape in some sort of scene, and then the Pokemon inside it. Really cool card. After that, we have the Mantike. This is again really sought after in English, very cheap in Japanese. Same card, just in Japanese. Beautiful card. Up next we have the Loudred. This is a cool card. Look how cool that artwork is. It's like a comic book style. After that we then have the Bombardier full art. Really cool design. Just very simple. We move into Dunsparce, and this kind of bedroom scene. There's a few of them. I think it's 3 total. 4 actually. There's another one hidden over inside there. We have the Lechonk. I really enjoyed the artwork that I already had for Lechonk, but again, a full art version to go alongside it will be beautiful. And after that, we have the Probopass, another full art design. This one's really cool because there's multiple Pokemon inside it. We've got Lotad down here. Is it Starly down here? And then I can't remember that one's name now, but anyway, and a Bidoof there, its backside just in the corner of the scene. And then the final Japanese card is Cutiefly. Again, this one is really cool, and there's a new card coming out in the latest set. I think is it Battle Together? I can't remember the full name properly, but it's got this kind of really heavily sort of angelic rendered, almost AI style design to it. Very cool. And then the final few are, we have a Bronzong full art, really cool design. Really like the kind of minimalistic background. If you take it away from the shine there, it's majority kind of grey, and then the colour pops out from there. After that, we have the Iskew EX, and just a really cool design. I've always liked these ones, but again, some of them are hit and miss, and this one is definitely a hit. Very cool. And then the final card, I can't remember even buying this one. It's a Kadabra, and that will go nicely into the binder. So with all of the cards now laid out, let's go ahead and see which ones are upgrades to the binder and which ones are new additions, and let's see what number we end the episode on. Okay, so the MEWTWO is actually an upgrade. I'm going to be grabbing out this uncommon, and we're going to be sliding in the upgrade. That's a hell of an upgrade. I don't know what other alternatives I could maybe get, but please let me know in the comments down below. The Iskew goes in at 875 as a new addition. The Dusclops will then go ahead and upgrade from this common reverse holo, and we will slide in the new edition. That is an awesome upgrade. And as I mentioned, I've got the Dusknoir. I now need to get the Duskull. Pinsir is in at 127, and the Mr. Mime will go just above that in the 122. Kadabra goes in at 64. These sleeves are ever so slightly too big. Loudred goes in at 294. At 206, we've got the Dunsparce, and Hoot goes in at 163. This absolute beauty of a Houndoom is an upgrade from this common here that we're going to slide out, which is from Shrouded Fable, and we're going to pop in this upgrade. That's the biggest upgrade I think of the episode so far. Bronzong goes in at 437. The Mantike will go in at 458. Probopass gets a hell of an upgrade as well. That goes from an uncommon reverse holo. We're going to be sliding that out, putting in the new edition there at 476, and there is the Dusknoir from earlier on that I mentioned. Cutify also gets a big upgrade as well. We're going to be swapping out this common reverse holo and then popping in the AR in its place. Nice upgrade as well to the actual binder. And Lechonk will also get a nice upgrade from a common reverse holo, and we'll slide in the new edition. I really like the artwork on this one, but equally I was a big admirer of the artwork on here as well. It's a shame to see that one go. And the final card to go in is going to be a Bombardier in at 962, and take a look at this. It's not only one row, it's also a column. Bingo! Now this page is actually probably one of the closest that is to actually being completed. I may have purchased one for this spot already, but we've got just 2 and then this one here as well. So 3 total on this page, but all in all, it's one of the closest pages to actually being completed. Now when I say completed, I mean as in the actual page has been completed. All of these cards I will want to upgrade to the best versions that I can find of them over time. So we just need to wait and see how we can find those cards. Okay, so as always, let's take a look at the document. Here is the latest graph. You can see all the new additions. AR is there as a category because I wanted to make sure I used the correct terminology in terms of the Japanese ones are referred to as ARs. So ARs and illustration rares, I believe, marry up anyway. Just one is Japanese and one is English. So there's all the latest in terms of the document. And if we go ahead and take a look at the new total, it's 286 out of 1025. When I make these videos and we do the Whatnot episodes, it feels like we make a hell of a lot of progress towards the end goal. But in reality, looking at that number, we're still so far off in terms of actually finishing this. So many more cards to go, and I think it's starting to weigh a little bit towards the back of the binder, probably because of all the sets that are out at the minute. I need to focus potentially on some like 151 at the beginning to try and sort of balance it out a little bit. I hope you enjoyed this episode. As always, please let me know what you think of the Whatnot episodes and buy-in singles. At the minute, the way that Pokemon is, the boom that we're having and the scalpers, etc., blah, 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 blah. It's tough to get hold of packs a lot of the time. So buying singles not only allows me to quickly check off a few Pokemon, maybe some less admired Pokemon, you know, grabbing a single for them and just checking off the actual entry, but it helps me also create content as well. So I am trying to grab packs in between these episodes and make sure it kind of alternates if I do, where it's a pack episode and then a Whatnot episode with singles. But let me know, as I said, in the comments down below. Your feedback really will make a difference to the series. So with all that said, I'll see you in the next one.